If you got a Bible, go to Genesis chapter 39, and we're doing a study of the life of one of the good guys in the Bible. There's only one perfect guy in the Bible, that's Jesus. But Joseph, he's one of the good guys. He's a decent man of God. And the story of Genesis tells us his life from 17 to 110. So pretty much every single guy who hears this is somewhere in that life cycle. And so let me just jump right into the story, and we're going to learn about three things today, and these are three aspects of the test that Joseph will face this week. And the three tests are these. Will you pass your work, sex, and betrayal tests? Okay, so how many of you have a job? Okay, if you don't, leave here right now, go get a job. Okay, we're all going to have sexual tests. We're going to talk about that. And in addition, one of the hardest tests that a man takes is betrayal. Okay, so what you do at work, in the boardroom, what you do at home in the bedroom, and what you do with the betrayal determines the destiny you will have and the kind of man you will be and the kind of legacy you will live. And so Joseph is, at this point in the story, we've established that he came from a blended family called polygamy. And a blended family of polygamy is like a divorce where the ex doesn't move out. And so this is probably worst case scenario. How many, don't raise your hand if you've been divorced, but imagine if you did and your ex didn't leave. And then you had your old wife and your new wife, your old kids and your new kids, and you couldn't afford that much alcohol to fix that situation. That's a real conundrum you've got yourself in. So this is the family system that his dad architected and he was born into. So his life is complicated because of generational failure. And always as a man, if you had a dad who didn't architect your family right, you're born into a broken, dysfunctional, messed up family. Well, that was Joseph's family. So he has a family with 12 sons and one daughter. Dad played favorites. This was one of the big problems. Dad loved Joseph the most. Anytime a dad plays favorites, that child may feel loved, but the other children tend to despise and hate that child. And so what we see is that the brothers got very jealous of Joseph. God gave him a vision that he would be a leader, and his father spoiled him and put a coat of many colors on him, and he got to stay home all day while the boys went and worked. So he was kind of the soft, favored mama's boy, over-parented and under-realized with his potential. And if you remember the story, his brothers were out in the field and he came to give them a performance review, and they were jealous of him. So they decided that they would throw him into a hole, into a pit, and they were going to murder their brother, but instead they decided to sell him into slavery. And sometimes this just shows you, family can be the most brutal and treacherous when they're in their darkest moments. They sell him into slavery, and they go back and tell Dad, he's dead. Joseph's dead, your son is dead. So then Dad, he's just mourning for an extended period of time. He has a funeral. The brothers attend the fake funeral of the brother that they know is very much alive and in slavery. And this is a ruse that they keep from their dad for many, many decades. So think of it now. Here's Joseph. He's 17. Any 17-year-old guys in the house? 18, 19? You young guys? Right? You're young. You're strong. You're looking forward to your future. You've got dreams and visions and goals and hopes. Next thing you know, you're sold by your brothers as a slave. Just emotionally go there for a moment. Your brothers throw you in a hole. After a while, you probably think, okay, they're just trying to scare me. I'm sure they're going to pull me out of the hole and it's all going to end well. Then you hear them negotiating with slave traders a price, a bounty for your head. And then you're being taken out of the hole, and I hope my brothers are playing a joke, a ruse, a game on me. I hope this is all just to scare me. Next thing you know, your brothers are walking away, and they're taking money for your life, and you're now a slave. 17 years old. And the Psalms give us a commentary on this, helps us see what Joseph experienced. Psalm 105, 17 through 19, Joseph, who was sold as a slave, they hurt his feet with shackles. His neck was put in what? Iron collar. Until the time his prediction came true, the word of the Lord tested him. That word right there, tested, that's the big idea that we are unpacking for the entire life of Joseph. That life is for a man in every season, it's a series of tests. And those tests are all part of a man's testimony. And here's what I want you to see. When others are trying to punish you, God is trying to prepare you. And so as men, your test is for your testimony, and their punishment is his preparation. But here's Joseph, if you can see him. Iron shackle around his neck, iron shackles around his feet. He is chained as a slave, being taken to another country where they speak another language, they have another culture, and they worship another God. He doesn't know anyone, and he is separated from his family. He grew up in a rural environment. He was a farm boy and never left home. Now he's going to the big city. He's going to a godless, demonic country, and he is a slave, and he will never see his father, at least for many, many years. Thanks for joining me. My name is Pastor Mark. I've been teaching the Bible for more than 3 decades and head on constant collisions with woke culture. And I would love to get you more Bible teaching. 2 things you can do. Go ahead and watch the sermon in total and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll just keep sending you Bible teaching and we'll have a lot more fun together.